I've got a couple of Canary Island date palms that I was asked to bid on, and I wanted to explain a little bit about what needs to be done to these trees. First off, somebody has been maintaining the ball shape on this, which a lot of people refer to as the pineapple. And the last time that somebody did this, they skinned it a little bit too close. And you can see the chainsaw kind of dug in over here. It should be more like this down here, a little bit wider, and they got closer and closer and closer. And then they didn't maintain the integrity of a balanced ball. That's kind of hard to do. So they've got, in essence, on this one, they've got almost two balls. So my recommendation is going to be to taper back out closer to the approximate, more appropriate width on the trunk and reform this ball. So ultimately, on a tree of this size, I'm going to say that the ball should be about 4 feet from the top to the bottom and a nice balanced round. Cut it back in a little bit closer. But to do that, you've got to go up and start sculpting and sculpting and sculpting, and then get down, then you've got to round off that last piece. Now, one thing you've got to be super careful on one of these date palms are these spines, because they're extremely sharp and extremely dangerous. I had a guy one time that was working for me, and he had one of these come down and it caught him on the back of the wrist, and the frond, or the spine, went all the way through his arm, and it missed the bones and went all the way through. So they're very heavy and very dangerous. There's another story of a guy, this was years ago, that he was up in one of these trees and the frond came off when he was cutting it, and it hit him and went right between his ribs and went straight into his heart and killed him on the spot. So if you're careful, you can work around these things, but they're an extremely dangerous job to deal with. Now, this one's got a lot more dead fronds than the other one does, but somebody has not maintained the integrity of the ball on this one. They've just been cutting straight up to it. And that's part of the reason that the fronds just drop off and they fall straight down. So this needs quite a bit more work on it than the other one does, in terms of resculpting a ball. It's a lot of work. And the dumps don't like the fronds. They charge us a lot of money extra for the fronds. Extremely dangerous job. Not to mention the animals that live up in these things. You'll run into rats' nests and squirrels' nests, and sometimes owls and other birds will nest up there. Pigeons like them, and they're really, really dirty. Are you getting the idea that I don't like trimming palm trees? Well, not many people do. They're a real nuisance to work with. But they can be beautiful, and they can be a real asset to your home.